receiving your content. And we are live! Hello, everyone, and welcome back to my weekly streaming. I apologize for missing last week. Unfortunately, a lot of these are definitely predicated on the condition that my health is up to the task, and sadly it was not. I am joined once again by my usual co-host, Cybernetic Pink Eye.
Let's go in the garden. You'll find something waiting right there where you left it, lying upside down.
Okay, leave Rebecca Sugar out of this.
The fuck you say?
I mean, out of this. Okay, we already talk enough about her work in every other aspect, in every other channel. This is Dragon Age.
I doubt you'll find many people complaining in the comments.
And don't think that people are going to complain about it, but I'm telling you to stop taking every opportunity to be a fucking dork.
Send the kettle to the pot.
Listen. Anyway. I still love, by the way, might I add, that literally something that you took from me saying it to you has now become your trademark. The fucking listen.
Listen.
I started it and you still listen from me.
People don't think plagiarism be how it is, but it do.
Would you not? Stop being a little hamster. Oh god, okay. So, those of you who are obviously not going to know Griffin from, like, Discord and everything, his current icon is a picture of, it's one of the panels of this little mini comic of someone who's like, I have finally alchemized, cat ears onto my person. And then they show the result of that, which is a cat with human ears. And so...
It's just having none of it.
And so Griffin changed his icon to that cat. And it's a little surreal in itself. And at one point, one of his friends actually messaged him and said, "What are you, a hamster?" And it was...
The best part was, like, the dude misspelled it first, like, also, were you a hamster? Hamster?
Oh, God. But yes, alright, so Griffin is now a hamster, even though he's also apparently a bird and many other things. Also a jackass.
I'm apparently Beast Boy.
But outside of all of that, obviously, as you can see on the screen right now, I'm going to be continuing my Dragon Age playthrough. And you may remember from last time I streamed that we had just wrapped up a major segment of the Orzammar area of the game. We have now been tasked with going into the Deep Roads and seeing if we cannot find the Paragon Bronca. See, the fun thing with all of this is, this whole sequence is very, very, very long. And I don't mean in the sense of it being story-rich. There's a lot of really interesting stuff that happens. There's a lot of lore that you end up digging up. Not me, but the traditional lore. And there's a lot of very interesting areas in the game. This is kind of like where the crux of the whole Blight thing and the Darkspawn thing kind of comes from. It appears in some of the advertising for the game when it came out. It is where, for example, the Grey Wardens go when they pass a certain point. Hey, everyone. So there is a lot of shit that goes on in this area, but the thing is, the part that makes it a slog is that they give you so many enemies to fight. That it is pause to fight group of people or group of enemies, and then you move an inch and then you're swarmed by another swarm of enemies, and it's just like, come on, I just want to get to the story. But so let's see, I'm just gonna double check that I've got that. I have to remember the keys now because I've been playing other games and there's always like this transition between learning the interface for one game and then going back to another. Completed quests. Alright, current quests. Orzammar. Alright, so A Mother's Hope, find Ruck in the Deep Roads, an unlikely scholar. Ah yes, we're going to do that when we leave here. Find records of Orta's family in the Ortan Taig. You killed Jarvia. Return to Harrowmont. I don't think he's gonna want to hear from me.
Probably not anytime soon.
Precious metals. Alright, so that's what I'm gonna go leave here. Head towards the Ortan Taig from the Caridin's Cross. Bronca was said to be passing that way. So that is the... Okay, so and that's something I'm gonna have to do when I leave here. So, our task is now to enter the Deep Roads. You're early, hella early. Oh God, Cersei.
Grey Wardens endorse paralyzing Orzammar's military.
But yeah, anyway, so we've already taken care of all that. Time to go into the Deep Roads. And I hate the Orzammar Criers because they always throw me off because I'm one of those people where if I have someone yelling in my ear about something, it'll disrupt what I'm saying. Because my brain likes to go, oh, person talking! Or something along those lines.
Yeah, same.
And also, like, I don't want to interrupt other people, so if someone starts talking in my ear, I'm just like, oh, let them talk. Oh. Well, thank you for subscribing.
Hey!
I do, just as a side note, just in general, I do stream pretty regularly at the same time every week, 5 p.m. Central on Saturdays and 3 a.m. Central on Sundays. But that's because I have a weird sleep schedule, so don't worry about that. I just try to accommodate for people who may not be living in the United States as well. But I'm glad you were able to make it. Anyway, so only thing left to do right now is go into the Deep Roads.
So, you were serious before when you said you wanted to help Bronca, huh? I'm Ogren. I don't know if you remember. People seem to forget me these days. Or ignore. I forget which.
Hi, Steve Bloom. Oh, look, people talking. Let's go the other way. Yeah, just about.
I mean...
So yeah, this is Ogren. We talked with him briefly before, the husband of Bronca, and he is going to be... He's gonna be poking his nose into this. How did you know I'm here about Bronca?
Not everyone hates me, you know. There's enough people who know I'm interested. They make sure I hear if anyone's looking for her. They say Balin's given up on his scouts and is sending you. But they haven't found Bronca herself. And that means whatever they've got, it's not enough if you don't know what she was looking for. If we pool our knowledge, we stand a chance of finding Bronca. Otherwise, good sodding luck.
Huh. Don't I have enough armed lunatics following me already? Okay, fair though.
Is it really such a thing as enough, though?
Yeah, you can reach a certain quota of armed lunatics following you. But, sounds like we have a deal.
You should know that Bronca was looking for the Anvil of the Void. The secret to building golems, which was lost centuries ago. The smith Caridin built it. And with it, Orzammar had 100 years of peace, while it was protected by the golems forged on the anvil. As far as anyone knows, the anvil was built in the old Ortan Taig. Bronca planned to start looking there, if she could ever find it. All she knew was that it was past Caridin's Cross. No one's seen that Taig for 500 years.
Huh. So that's an interesting thing. I believe that they have mentioned golems in the past. I forget exactly. I mean, I know that we have a golem in our party. Not presently, but in our wider team as a whole. And this is another, like I said, when I mentioned that there's a lot of lore-heavy areas in the Deep Roads, that's another thing that you get to uncover. the history of the golems. And obviously that's kind of relevant given the present day issues with the Darkspawn constantly flooding the deep roads and attacking Orzammar, for example, and now presently surging to the surface.
Yeah.
I support the right to arm bears. I mean... Alright, let's see. Balin gave me a map. I can get to Carradin's Cross.
If Balin managed to find it, that's only because he's got dozens of warriors he can send to search night and day. If we're going, let's get moving. Bronca's not gonna sodding find herself.
I mean, I think she is. But anyway, so here's the thing. I'm always gonna have Alistair in my party, and Wynne is the party healer. So, in order to have Oghren with us...
Blood and damnation.
I'm sorry, Liliana. But it is worth having Oghren with you in this area. He has some very specific reactions to ongoing events. It can also be worth it to have Shale in your party for this particular segment, but it's not like it's a requirement. Yeah, I don't think a nature resistance is going to help him very much down here. Let's see. Well, he has pretty consistent armor, but I'm trying to decide. Alright, so he's got a pretty decent weapon. Unfortunately, yeah, that's... Let's see, is that better? Nope. He is currently equipped to be the best at where he is. I mean, yeah, I agree. I agree, Jared. The, Bronca has been discovering herself in more ways than one.
Mm-hmm.
Alright. So, just saving here before we actually enter the deep roads. So, we have the Idukan Tig, and actually, I think we can stop by there. I think well, I'm going to start with the Carradin's Cross, but I'm going to circle back to the Idukan Tig, because I believe an extra area has opened up there, and I believe that it is going to be another plot, or not plot point, but it's going to be an extra little quest, mini quest that we can take. Which I know, I've already complained about how long this particular segment of the game is, and I'm like, let's extend that. But...
Carradin's Cross.
Your funeral.
I can't believe Balin actually tracked this place down. This used to be one of the biggest crossroads in the old Empire. You could get anywhere from here, including Orton Tig.
Great, lead on and shut up. Anyway, what's so important about Orton Tig?
It's the home of Carradin, the paragon who made the anvil. He was an Orton before he founded his own house. And even then, he spent most of his time in their Tig. Bronca figured it was the best guess for where the anvil was located.
Huh. Do you know anything else about the anvil?
No one but Carradin ever really knew more than it had some kind of stone-blessed power. Every golem who ever ranged across the Empire was hammered on the steel of that anvil. But no one ever knew exactly how they were made. But Bronca was sure she could find out.
I mean, yeah, Dragon Age is trans rights. There are some canonical trans characters.
Yeah.
So, see any sign of Bronca yet?
Not a one. But trust me, we will once we're on the path to the old Orton Tig. She was going to Carradin's home.
Great. Let's go.
I've been waiting for someone to say that for 2 sodding years.
I love that it focused on his height for that entire conversation so that the rest of it was positioned at Evelyn's boob level. So again, incredible amount of detail The main issue with something like this is that visually it's also kind of bland because it is a lot of the same color. You can see that they put a lot of work into the textures, but there's a lot that went into the world building here.
Yeah.
But
What? You're drunk, aren't you?
Hey, was that a question? Didn't sound like a question.
How in the Maker's name do you manage to be constantly drunk? Are we even carrying that much alcohol with us?
Jealous, huh?
A little, yes. Why can't I be drunk all the time? I never get to be drunk.
You know, if you drank more wine, you'd whine much less.
so right off the bat, there's a banter about Ogren being drunk. Great! That's optimistic, isn't it? He is a useful combatant. It's just fucking Al's just like, you're drunk, aren't you? And it's okay. Is this really the time to talk about this?
Are we really discussing the semantics of inebriation with a dwarf? We're gonna be here a while, if so.
All right. Ooh, blood, and looks like some dead dwarves. So
Again,
I'm guessing.
Surprising no one.
So there's a passage. And there's a passage, but we can't go any further that way. So this is one of those areas where you have to kind of move around the various passages. I don't even remember which ones go to which areas, but oh look, there's already an enemy. It's a deep stalker. It's running away. Oh, it's leading us into a trap.
To this, doesn't it?
Clever girl.
Yep, gonna lead us into a trap with a whole bunch... Alistair! Okay, that's fine. Yeah, this isn't gonna go the way that you think it is, Deep Stalker. And just for good measure, you guys can enjoy some of that. I'm sorry, I'm laughing because I have two melee combatants now, and just watching one of them actually trying to run after the deep stalker that's running towards me after I cast the fireball. Just watching Ogren chasing after it. I kill the thing, and he's like, oh, okay, I guess I go back this way now. Especially because they kind of look like weird naked chickens.
Yeah. Also, I hate my mind because once you started freezing them, all I could think of was, what killed the dinosaurs? The Ice Age!
Anyway.
Anyway.
Alright, so that was actually a kind of cool little thing that actually shows the tactics of the Deep Stalkers. They actually will have
As you desire.
a head and a back. Awesome. Anyway, they actually will have tactics for like having a little scout that leads you into an ambush patch. So they're not just mindless animals. Ah, shit. That's right, I'm not a rogue. I'm gonna have to come back here later with the maybe because I can't switch them out.
Reap what you sow, buddy.
What? How is that reaping what I sow? I chose to play a mage, and for that I get punished?
Well, apparently.
You...
Or at least for not bringing a rogue with you.
Okay, but... I'm always going to have Alistair with me. Oh, okay, well there's a whole bunch of people over that way, that's fine. Yeah, I didn't think this through. This is a pretty reasonable party.
Yeah.
We get shit
Well, I
done.
mean, as far as your party members are concerned.
Oh, there's a lot of deep stalkers. Stalkers. I have words, and they're good words.
Rip Tony Stark.
Wow, okay. Alright, let's put this here. Leave me alone, leave me alone! Yay! Virulent walking bum.
So, remind me, how open is this game to modern? Because now all I can think of are a bunch of deep stalkers with Iron Man helmets.
I'm sorry, what'd you say?
How susceptible is this game to modding?
Perfectly. There are literally whole quest lines that have been modded into a game with voice characters and everything.
Because part of me wants to believe that someone has gone out there and renamed this enemy class Deep Starkers and given them Iron Man helmets.
Alright, so the game audio is occasionally drowning you out on my end. That's not what I want.
Joy.
In the middle of combat, you get slightly drowned out, so. I don't want to lose too much of that audio there. Turn that up.
That's true, Phoenix, at least for the time being.
What is that?
Oh, apparently they're going to be doing one more Spider-Man movie.
Okay.
Before Sony and Marvel cut ties with one another.
Yeah, I'm glad that they actually agreed to that, but it also honestly makes me think that the whole thing was to try and get people, like, paying, like, it in itself was a hype machine.
Oh, you mean like a whole Sonic trailer?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that it was all basically to try and get people talking about it so that they would be invested in another Spider-Man movie.
And so I shall.
The Blue Bubsy trailer. God damn. So, for those of you who are coming into this conversation not knowing what we're talking about when it comes to the Sonic trailer being potentially just a hype machine, it was so clearly bad that there was no way that it made it to that point without there being something intentional going on. And... yes. Okay, so that's where that chamber went. And now we're coming up on more enemies over here. The Phoenix down for Uncle Ben. Oh, boy. Oh! Darkspawn!
Joy of joys!
Who'd have thought? That there was this sound build up to the actual casting of the spell, and then it went perfectly silent as the spell was cast, and then the enemies start trying to charge me.
That's why you call it a silent but deadly.
See, now the problem is that somehow they know who cast this spell. Oh, the fucking Bronto is after me.
God. I will say props to the team who designed this creature for not just going with another stereotypical mole monster or, you know, typical fantasy fare. Like, there are some unique designs in this game that I can definitely appreciate.
Oh, definitely. Alright, looks like there are, in fact, more... a Darkspawn.
Well, all right.
I love that there's this giant explosion and I hear Ogren yelling, "Yes!" Oh, look, dead people.
Apparently I'm quiet to the chat.
Yeah. Well, I just also turned you up. Can you guys hear him better now?
Testing 1 2 1 2.
You don't.
Testing.
Stop it.
Look,
Put
I
your
was-
band days behind you.
It was 7 years. It's hard to deprogram that shit.
Well, then you know how you start? You knock it off. You know how you start deprogramming yourself? You don't do it every time.
And that's voice crack number 1 for the stream.
You fucking. Hi, everyone. This stream has been demonetized. So if you would like to support me, feel free to check out the link in the description to my Patreon. Quite frankly, every little bit helps. Even just $1 a month actually helps me quite a bit. But obviously that's not an obligation. I'll be doing the same stuff that I have been doing. And probably more in the near future.
Will Smith poses.
Oh, no you don't. Oh, no you don't. You don't do that.
Oh, no, he didn't.
Oh, shit. Wait, what? He threw a fireball, but it, I guess, never landed?
Huh. Just sputtered out. Like, did he shoot a flare?
Like, I guess?
He's calling for backup, but in the wrong direction.
No, don't take a poultice. Just take the poultice.
As you desire.
Alright, so I have the sneaking suspicion that this is going to be the way forward. So I'm actually going to go and explore that, that other passageway that I walked past before. Oh, I'm going to regret not having a fucking rogue with me.
I mean... Remind me, are the deep roads something you can go back to at any time during the campaign, or is it sort of a one-track thing?
You can come back here at any time after you gain access to it.
Okay, because like those sorts of like plot-locked areas in video games piss me off to no end.
Oh, okay, so that's not an area I can go to. Okay. Yeah, no, I know what you mean, and I agree.
Yeah.
That guy might be having performance issues. Hello! Welcome, welcome, welcome!
Yes.
So... let's see, the thing is that I might actually, in fact, piss off Ogren if I try to leave. I'm going to see if I can't, because I just...
Did you save before entering the deep roads?
I did, but here's the thing, like, I need Wynn as a healer. I need Alistair here for plot reasons, and I need Ogren here for plot reasons, so I think my only real option actually is just to come back here later with Liliana.
Huh.
But the thing is that that's going to make some things difficult, because there are some traps down here in the deep roads. Like I encountered, and it's just... Now it would be nice if, like, I could have, like, an unlocking cantrip or something like that.
I will say another thing that I don't see very often in RPGs, though I would imagine would come in really handy, is the ability to swap out your player character for other party members.
Maybe, but... and I've seen that occasionally, too, but...
Yeah, I think the only time I've seen it was in Chrono Trigger.
Well, that's only after a certain point in the game, though.
True.
Alright, you fuckers wanna play with projectiles. I've got a projectile for you. Alright, now that I've made them focus solely on me... Because the thing is that I could possibly trade out Wynn as the healer, but and step in as the healer. I have the ability to do that. But it's just easier if I don't have to focus on it, you know?
That's true.
He just won't talk to you. Well, but what if I want Ogre to talk to me?
God.
Oh,
But,
God.
yeah, like, another thing I'm not fond of in gaming is multitasking. I will say that. So it's why I generally don't play too many RPGs.
And you might be starting to get an idea. Hey, hey, hey!
So I shall.
Well, that's why you have tanks, I guess.
I guess.
Are you done, Alistair? There are some Darkspawn running after you, you know.
This is why you have tanks, and if only you could find a good one.
Ogre's doing pretty good, I'll say that.
Well, again, he's a dwarf, so stop the fucking presses.
So, remember when I said that... Oh, good, you're just aggroing more enemies. Thanks for that. Awesome. So you run away from the enemies that are rushing towards you. But when I'm trying to go back and do something... Oh, no!
It's a fight.
Yes, it is! Very good, Evelyn! She said, it's a fight. Very good!
As you desire.
She is a teacher.
A letter from Paragon Iduken to his wife. My dear Annika, I would not worry about the assembly. Let the nobles sit together and argue over whose house owns the grandest tig. It keeps them from panicking, which they would surely do otherwise, and prevents them from making a greater nuisance of themselves. War is the business of warriors. I would say that the enemy's strategy seems to be changing, but they never appeared to have a strategy before, beyond destroying everything in their path. For weeks, their numbers appeared to be dwindling. There was talk that perhaps we were getting close to wiping them out. We could not have been more wrong, for today we came upon the body of their main force. I cannot give words to it, Annika. I have never before seen so much death in one place. There were darkspawn beyond counting, and at the heart of the throng, a great beast, as tall as the palace of Orzammar, with breath of fire. A paragon of darkspawn, perhaps, for they seemed to pay it deference. They were leaving, marching towards the mine shafts which lead to the surface. But I knew, when I beheld them, that once they have devoured what lies above us, they will be back. So, like I said, a lot of interesting lore that you can dig up around in these games. Like, for example, this is clearly... Because that's clearly about a blight.
Yeah.
The fact that they were all... that they had this beast, the archdemon, and that they were heading all to the surface. Also, sorry for the liquid sloshing. I have myself some shakes here that, I have the one now, but...
Yeah.
Anyway.
So, congratulations, Mr. Hadouken. You found Rodan.
Congratulations, Mr. Hadouken. You found Rodan.
I am proud of that, yeah. Go watch the new Godzilla movie, by the way, if you haven't already.
Oh, yes. It just came out, right? The DVD?
Recently, yeah. And be sure to support Godzilla vs. Kong when that comes out.
Yes. All right. Well, we're not getting paid for these things.
No, but one can hope.
No.
Do you realize how much in it we would be if we got sponsored by Toho?
Yes, but we're not presently, so if they want sponsorship, they can pay us.
Fair. Also, you have to be careful about what you say, because if you're not sponsored by them and use their content, then you're pretty much dragged into copyright hell.
Yeah.
As you desire.
I don't remember Rodan making that noise.
I don't fucking care about Rodan making that noise.
It sounded like that scene from Dumb and Dumber. Want to hear the most annoying sound in the world?
What? You guys are trying to aggro a fight that we can't even access? Are you fucking serious? Okay.
Also, every time I hear the terminology, I have to double take, because my association with aggro is the horse from Shadow of the Colossus.
No. No. No.
Yes.
So I
Oh god, Jared, you're not even wrong.
Yeah? Aggro Crag.
Yeah. Ah, thank you, Fox.
Oh! Well, I do like Gryffindor. Gryffindor is an excellent house, but it's full of very brash individuals who don't always necessarily think things through.
And I'm personally biased against it, considering how many times people made fun of my name in association with it.
Uh-huh. I am a proud Hufflepuff, and you are very much Ravenclaw.
I was about to say, Ravenclaw represent. She does in fact deserve that dollar bill, yo.
But I really appreciate that, Crack Fox Jr. You've been very consistent in your support, and that... Thank you.
Yeah.
See, the reason why Griffin is very much Ravenclaw is because he literally lives by the philosophy that mind is more important than anything else. Being an open-minded individual, innovating, good, more monsters, because that's what I want. Well, you're all clustering, so...
I still love that that one video where Danny took the house quiz something, and he said, "You get Ravenclaw. Ravenclaw's symbol is an eagle. It should be a raven."
That's just it. I think it should actually be.
Yeah.
Stop triggering traps when you are old and frail and already dead. Don't get yourself stuck in traps. I shouldn't have to tell you this. Okay, so...
Just stick to the bucket and the death that you're used to.
You know, there's so many layers to how much I hate you right now.
All the more incentive for you to have when you get here to kill me.
Of course. Oh, fuck! Oh, we have shrieks! You know what? You're right, Ragnar. She is doing her part to help us. So yeah, shrieks, by the way. They're another type of darkspawn that we haven't seen much of yet. So... I don't know if they have discussed it explicitly in the game yet, but each of the various types of darkspawn that we encounter actually all come from different types, different... Okay, I guess we are going to eventually come to it. Well, but, okay, pay attention to some of the physical characteristics that you see here. Oh, fuck, I'm gonna die. Alright, now I'm not gonna die, that's fine. Alright, so shrieks are terrible because they can go invisible.
Huh.
And
Maybe
they're...
suggest that they have a different ability.
Well, they also do shriek, but they go invisible, but then they're also super fucking powerful. They're not good to mess with.
Huh. Again, it seems like every enemy type in here, or every concept in this game...
Oh, there's an ogre!
It leads me to associate with another concept, because every time you say shriek, I think of those shriekers from the Tremors series.
Oh, no one got a killing move? Oh, well. More chests that I can't unlock!
And again, I can't unsee Pinger's sad cat edit.
Well, of course you can't.
That man has memed his way into my subconscious.
He would be so proud.
Yeah?
Lovely.
Oh, no. Oh, I'm getting some bad lag here. Rogan cut a beautiful line down a minor vein today, but twisting his supports along the footwall like a backbone. He's got a gift for lagging. Wow, it's almost crystalline. I swear I could tap it and hear the stone sing. Non-standard by any inspector's measure, but that's the deciding point, isn't it? We're letting the stone take us where she wants, not gouging out highways so the palace can have another pantry. I suspect they will revoke our privileges at the next assembly sitting. I say good luck to them. They will never find us to deliver the writ. They're afraid of the road we travel. We're close to a major strike. The stone, she's pulling us to something. And to the vents if I'll let doors who deny their sense get in the way of it. In org? And yes, we do love you, Pinger.
Yeah.
Oh, God. Oh, please don't lag, game. Please, please. We are only just getting started with this shit.
As you desire.
You can't be lagging now.
Well, today I learned that YouTube has an Oni emoji.
Huh? Well,
Look at the chat.
there can be any number of reasons why something like that exists. Including people being, being members of other fuck off, anyway. Being part of other Discord servers, or members or subscribers to other Twitch members, but also, fucking Christ. Wait, did I... Yeah, I did. Okay. Also, look at what they do. They love caking things with, like, weird death patterns. That's great. Okay, so I guess the only way to go is this way. The real chests we unlock... No. The friendship we make along the way. No, that's not how chests work.
Depends how many pockets are involved.
You can... eat dirt.
Well, all right.
Okay. We can no longer tolerate your flagrant disregard of this assembly and published excavation doctrine. The actions of your team have potentially compromised 2 future projects, resulting in an expensive redesign of the deep roads. Fortunately, development of the larger shaft will continue, or you will have faced additional fines. Claims that the stone is directing your actions suggest that not only are you ignorant of pre-planning procedure, you and your group may also be in the early stages of lyrium poisoning. You're in breach of Orzammar mining code and hereby forfeit all claims made during your unapproved activities. The Assembly expects your response within 30 days, or your house, as well as those of your team, will face additional censure. Here's your response. Take a long breath from a short shaft.
I mean...
So, of course, here's bureaucracy, but here's the thing. There is a good chance that what they say about lyrium poisoning is relevant here, because lyrium has a very specific effect on dwarves. We've kind of seen the one guy who gets giggly and fidgety, but it almost seems like there is something that connects people that are exposed to lyrium. For example, mages can use lyrium, as a matter of fact, to empower themselves, to make themselves have more magic power, to influence the reality around them. No, that's not what I wanted. I wanted to go this way. So I ended up accidentally progressing the plot.
I mean...
That's fine. Oh, it's a Bronto. Please stop it! That is a lot of blood.
Yeah? Well, that's a lot of Bronto.
You know, you're not wrong. Alright, well, let's try one of these.
That he did, Phoenix. That he did.
Of course.
He said short staff. It's not Bronto for long.
Short.
As you desire.
I may as well grab these to sell. And I think that's where I came in before. Wait, no, that's a new path.
Huh.
Huh. And there does appear to be something over that way, so I'll check that out, but... I think that's a path. Yep, that's a trap triggered. Excellent. Well, I know one way to be able to take care of that.
I mean...
Wait. No, that ignites it forever. I forgot. I was going to burn it, but then I was like, well, wait, actually. Alright, so... Another chest I can't open. The crosscut drifters. We found trouble, all right. Rogan's lyrium vein led right to the flank of Darkspawn Horde. From the look of their kit, the spawn were a week, maybe less, from breakthrough into that blasted new highway under Orzammar, and they'd be well behind any patrols. The stone knew. She knew, and she drew her chosen with the promise of ore we could taste in our bones. If all goes well, losing this cavern will kill the Darkspawn's taste for digging, and Orzammar will never know it was at risk. Will be a distant tremor, a ripple in the royal fountain. The charges are laid. We know it will work, and we know the cost. The stone has shown us the way home. Yeah, I've noticed that YouTube keeps double posting your stuff. Welcome to McEvelyn's, home of the Bronto Burger. Can I take your order?
Do not invoke that.
I mean, I know what's being invoked, but... So...
Wonder what Keenan and Kel are doing these days. Well, besides one of them doing Saturday Night Live.
And being kind of horrifically awful in the process sometimes. Ooh,
Well,
glass...
yeah, it's Saturday Night Live.
I haven't saved in a long while.
Might be something to consider.
Yeah? Well, especially because I have found a glass phylactery. Among the jumble of containers, there is a glint of something different. A small glass phylactery sits conspicuously on its own. This area is unnaturally cold. Well, let's take it. The glass fractures at your touch. Alright. Awesome. Okay, so you guys distract the Revenant. Alistair, why were you running towards me?
And me and man's got only one thing on his mind.
Oh. Well, that was surprisingly easy for a Revenant fight. Scrap of paper. So let's see. Each one of these binding the first corpse walker, the second, the third. You deny our dead their rest, and so you will be hounded. I mean, you know, he be do what do best, I guess.
What would do you some
Indubitably.
A pair of nose plugs?
Go out, find a girl. Doesn't matter who, as long as there's no pants involved.
What makes you think I haven't?
I can smell purity a mile away. It's a talent.
That proves to be useful, I'm sure.
Not that often, it turns out. Be much better if I could smell cheese.
You have my deepest condolences.
Yep, so do you.
It'd be nice if I could smell cheese. Or it'd be better if I could smell cheese. And Alistair is somewhat sincere, but also still sarcastic because it's Alistair. You have my deepest condolences. Because he actually really loves cheese. It's an ongoing thing.
Well, no wonder you like him so much.
You know, again, I'm going to be out there in less than 2 weeks.
Which reminds me, something I learned about recently that has been trending in a few cities, including where I'm living, is something called cheese tea.
This looks like the right way out.
That
Or
if we
time.
can find it, I'm tempted for us to try.
Okay. Sorry, I'm just looking over what our options are. So that one looks like the right way out, he says. So this spot back here is where we need to explore so that we're not...
It won't be long now.
Okay. Won't be long now, he says. Oh, okay, well, let's go back the other way first. I can smell purity a mile away.
And yes, Jared, cheese tea is in fact a thing.
We're not talking about it, though.
Suit yourself.
You can stop.
I mean, you know me, I'll try just about anything once. At least in terms of food.
Yeah, you will. We've seen it, too. You recorded a good chunk of the time.
Yeah, and you'll be there for another recording.
Quite possibly. Oh, hi, Darkspawn! How
Hey.
are you?
Welcome to the party. Welcome to die. Thank you, Crackfox Jr.
Oh. Oh, and I should probably back out away from these guys.
Yes.
Oh, I've got a hex on me. Hi, Dead Darkspawn.
Fancy meeting you here.
Oh, Topsiders Hill. Cool. That
I'm
is...
watching, Wazowski.
The fool has been following us for 3 days. But what can I do? I'm sure a city guard could lock him up for being a sodding idiot, but there's no law that says you can't seek your death in the trenches. There's no law down here at all. I said to his face that if he puts our patrol at risk, I'd split him myself. But he's quiet. I'll give him that. Topsiders usually assume the end of the Blight erases the darkspawn from this world. Why does this one care that his victory just drives them back on our doorstep? It's one thing to face them up in the light. Wow. He'll cut his own shaft out of here once he fights them in the dark where they live. That, or the lyrium will get him. From a Legion of the Dead field report.
Ouch.
Darkspawn? More like dead spawn. What's ouch?
Cutting his own shaft.
You're not allowed to comment anymore.
You're right. I'll leave that to the chat.
You can leave that to anything but you. And I think we've got more... Cat, please don't fall. Oh, there's an ogre! Oh, that's right. This is where there's a bunch of ogres.
What are you doing in his swamp?
Oh, this is fun. Okay. Well...
And again, I do definitely enjoy this variant on ogres, as opposed to pretty much every other fantasy game and tabletop RPG's interpretation. Like, this actually looks like there's some imagination at work.
Sir, I'm concentrating on the battle because an Ogre Alpha is serious shit.
Yeah, I imagine it's in the name.
Oh. So every once in a while, you can actually do a finishing move like that. But only if you're using a melee weapon. You can't get a finishing move if you're a mage. Fuck me, I guess.
I guess no limit break for you.
You know what? I will let that reference pass. We were just talking about Final Fantasy VII earlier today.
I noticed.
Yes, I know you noticed. I'm sure you also noticed my rage at them invoking fucking Aerith. It's not Aerith, it's Eris, because her name is supposed to be Eris as the inheritor of the planet. Fuck you!
Yeah, that's a debate that's been raging for longer than I can remember.
I mean, it started in 1997 when the game came out.
Mm-hmm.
When the game come out. Come out of what?
How is Livestream formed? How is Livestream formed?
So this was the path that we had backed off of before, I think. Yeah, this is the correct way forward. That's why there's a giant cluster of beasts over there. So let us save. Aerith like Earth, but yeah. She's not the Earth. Oh, there's a dead deep stalker. Oh, that's right. Hi. Hi, guys. And there's a deep stalker. Up. And there's a gained level. And a small bloody sack. Torso in a bag. Asunder. You have found the grisly remains of some kind of fade beast, one that may have intentionally dismembered itself. Comparing the notes suggests the carving was done in the deep roads near Carradin's Cross. The body rendered its separate parts, spread wide so that no life is witnessed, no heartbeat detected. In this way, the beast can remain for an age as knowledge passes and pursuers live out their lives. I was wrong. Not Elvin. Hunters didn't kill it. It allowed this? Keep the pieces apart, I guess. Away from the heart. Might not be Elven, maybe human, doesn't matter. We can still follow directions. Torso, head, and limbs bagged and dispersed. Simple enough, this magic stuff doesn't seem that complicated. So the ritual is very specific, such as things probably should be. Torso, head, and limbs spread amongst the deep roads to prevent the creature from returning. Looks like they died during the cutting, but we can fulfill the last part in their stead. I'm not familiar with elven ritual. Why would I be? But it seems pretty straightforward. Never even saw the thing, but a sword would take care of it. Sod it. And this bag of legs. So. Crack is now well rested, but they're still hungry. I mean, I like the finishing moves, but they do end up interrupting the flow of battle, especially if someone's pulling one of those where there's still a swarm of darkspawn around you.
Yeah. Imagine that'd be a bit of a distraction.
Just a bit. What direction am I running in? A dumb one. That's the answer. Lochspelmaith. What? Why are you giggling?
Well, I mean, just the accumulation of everything so far.
Of course. More dark. Oh, deep stalkers. Well.
How's it going, Larks?
Hey! Oh, that's a bunch of dead worms. What? Oh, there's more dead worms. Why are you sundering armor on a deep stalker?
Good question.
What shall we do here?
Fight the Darkspawn, Evelyn. As well as the Deep Stalkers.
Get in the robot, Evelyn.
Please don't. That was already traumatic enough. Oh, Matriarch. Okay. After 1,000 years, I'm free! It's time
to conquer Earth!
Oh my god. That's not a flashback I want. Alright, that's not what I want to do. Alright, guys, sorry, Alistair. Again. You're sundering armor on an entity that does not have armor. I'm sorry to tell you, Ogren.
Of course.
Dwarven massive armored gloves. Bright and massive, huh?
Well, all right.
Apparently.
We're gonna need some teenagers with attitude. Mm-hmm.
Aye.
As you desire.
Aye. Oh, the Drifter's cache.
Sad part is most of your audience probably has no idea what the hell we're talking about.
I mean, maybe. Fools and renegades, a lot of them.
There's no way to refer to your audience.
Ow.
Are you gay?
See, I moved to steeple my fingers on my desk. Obviously a visual cue that's not going to translate at all to audio. The only problem is that the part that did translate to audio was my elbow fucking popping.
As it do.
Oh yes, the Deep Stalker had chainmail, I guess. But why is a Deep Stalker have chainmail? That is a good question. So the Crosscut Drifters, that's actually a whole plot line, and now there should be a cache that we should be able to locate. So that should be interesting. And I think it's going to be over that way, if I recall correctly, but yeah. I'm trying to remember from, like, literally a decade ago. You know what, you're right. The Darkspawn are, the Deep Stalkers. Not the Darkspawn. The Darkspawn, fuck the Darkspawn. But the Deep Stalkers are allowed to have nice things. If they like some shiny chainmail, they can go ahead and keep it.
Yeah.
Hello.
Yes.
Let's see, because I think, if I recall correctly... Yep, there it is. I don't know why I'm using this accent. There's no reason to do that.
I mean, it's almost as if you're an actor and you're used to changing your voice randomly.
Sometimes. Drifter's Cache. Thorn of the Dead Gods. Ah, God. So yeah, a lot of cool things that you can grab here. And Ogren, Ring of the Warrior, I can pop that on you. Item set bonus. Okay. Thorn of the Dead Gods. Alright, so. It has taken me an hour to get through the entirety of one Tig. I mean, obviously I am taking up a lot of unnecessary side quests. I know. And I'm not going to pretend otherwise.
I mean, it's about the experience.
But you do want to do some of these. One, either you get some pretty cool stuff, or two, you build some backstory stuff. And also, I gained a level, so I should address that. Let's see. Boost my willpower just a little bit. Ooh. Animate dead. The caster summons a skeleton minion from the corpse of a fallen enemy to fight alongside the party for a short time. Though, as a puppet of the caster, it will not use any talents or spells without specific instructions.
I swear I looked away for a second and I thought you said anime dead.
Anime is not dead.
Depends on who you ask.
My child, put down that gun. I mean, that's actually what the Game Grumps apparently did. With Toriel when they were streaming that.
Oh god, that's right.
It might be a good idea if I can actually revive members of my party. Just in general. Okay, so now I'm going to save. This is going to be a very long sequence, guys. I think there are at least 3 Taigs. 3 additional Taigs.
Joy of joys.
So I'm going to briefly go to the Idukan Taig.
Listen.
What? What are you listening me about?
You see what you did there?
What did I do?
Guten Tag.
What?
Oh, I thought you were making a just German joke.
It's not open? Why isn't it open? Well, fuck that. Fine, I guess I'll go on to Orton Taig. Bitch.
Guess I'll Tig.
Stop. I can't believe Lore killed anime. Yeah, and you supported it. You sent me money, Crap Fox Jr. You supported me money for killing anime.
Oh, God.
Hi, Leon.
Of my ancestry. Orton Tig. Never thought I'd see this place in the flesh. I can see Bronca all over this place. She always took chips from the walls at regular intervals when she was in a new tunnel. Checked their composition. If she was still here, though, she'd have sentries out by now.
Huh. What can you tell me about these ruins?
This was Carradin's home Tig. He was an Orton before he got raised to Paragon. Even stayed here when he could have had his own house. I guess he didn't want to move his people to Bunamar.
Bunamar? Stephen Bloom, really? Steve Bloom, really? Really? What's Bunamar?
The city of the dead. Carradin built it to honor the Legion of the Dead, but it was more like a sodding mausoleum than anything. Of course, that was all before he built the anvil. After that, he was the city's pet genius until he angered the king and fell into disfavor.
So there was a city here?
No, there was a Tig here. The Orton Tig. Bunamar is north and west of here. But that's not important. Or at least I hope it isn't. The City of the Dead is known as the Dead Trenches since the Darkspawn conquered it. Much of the Legion was destroyed when the fortress fell.
You know what? You're not wrong. I see Bronca everywhere. On the walls it says Bronca was here. I would not be surprised if she actually chipped at the walls by actually chipping out Bronca was here. That way she can still get her sample for checking the composition, but also mark her place.
There's only so many things you can do to pass the time on the underground.
Where would Bronca have gone if not here?
I don't know. This was always her goal. She figured if the anvil wasn't here, there would at least be some clue to point her to where it is.
Well, let's get going.
Couldn't have said it better myself.
Ogren approves plus 12. So I'm ranking up the approval with him. Also, speaking of ranking up approval with him, let's see. Do I have something I can give him? Did I really? Okay, no, there's one here. As well as this. Alright, so let's go with, let's start with this.
My ancestors, this is a wonderful gift.
You're welcome. Wait. Orton Tig. And minor constitution. Cool. Ogren is now a slightly better tank. Sweet. And again, I actually love the design of the Orton Tig a little bit more. It's still fairly one note in some degrees, to some degree. But you can see a little bit better of a color composition here. You've got the dark cool of the road itself, but the walls are still lit by this warm color.
Yeah.
I win. Care to partake of Ogren's fine homebrew? It's the drink of the gods.
Ale, is it? And I hope it's brewed hygienically?
Of course. I may not know clean from a beggar's ass when it comes to most things, but I don't mess around with my ale.
Very well, let's have a taste.
Well, what do you think?
Very nice.
Ah, you like it? Well, I never...
Attractive amber color, nutty flavor, slightly sweet, just a hint of toastiness. There's some spice to it I'm finding hard to place.
Yes?
Is it cloves?
Cloves! Ha ha! By the stone, you're a lady after my own heart. If I weren't buckled in this armor, I'd take you around the corner and, well, you know...
Give me more ale.
I take you around the corner and, give me more ale.
I mean...
Evil people are never great at interior design. Well, okay, I have my issues with the dwarves, but they're not technically evil. Okay, their system is evil, and I hate them as a result of upholding it, but the dwarves are not evil, and they did actually build all of this. The problem is that the Darkspawn ended up taking it over.
Yeah.
Well, dead spiders and a dead ogre. That bodes well.
See if they have any full plate on them.
I can't loot them. I can, however, loot that corpse.
Another.
Oh! Spiders! Great! Just the other night, I actually found a spider on my desk.
Oh, God.
Yeah, it was, and it wasn't a small one either. They're small in terms of spiders are just inherently small, but in terms of spider size, it was actually pretty reasonably sized.
Huh.
But of course, as soon as I spotted it and I prepared to actually find something to kill it with, and don't get me wrong, everyone, I know that spiders are okay, but I do not function well if I know that there is a spider nearby.
Yeah.
But obviously, just as soon as I actually started to try and find something, it ended up numing into cover, and I haven't seen it since, so...
Huh.
You're gonna spit web at me, aren't you? Yep, you're gonna... There you go. Thanks. And now you're dead! That how spiders be. Dead! What?
It's just... one of the things I think you'll appreciate out here is that we don't really get, at least not from what I've seen so far, many spiders where I'm living now. And for reference, for those who are unaware, I used to live in the woods. For about 3 years, I was living in this cabin in the woods, and Laura visited a couple times, and as much as I tried to make the whole living situation comfortable, the occasional problem that popped up was, well, spiders live in the woods, so...
There were two moments that stand out to me in terms of the spider occupation. There was one that popped out when I was in the shower. And it was a big one, too. Which I was like, alright, I'm going to get dressed, and then I'm going to call Griffin in here. God, that was a tense couple of minutes there while I'm trying to put the fucking clothes on and just try to stay calm, my eyes locked on this big-ass fucking spider. And I was like, yeah, there's a spider, it's right above you. And I remember you taking like a second to actually find it, and you're like, oh, jeez. But... And then the other one was when we had briefly gone outside and as we were walking back into your house, this big-ass spider started numing across the door towards the bed.
Oh, God.
Like, you just kicked the fucking door! And I was like, I remember being confused for a second. It's like, what the door ever do to you?
Oh, God. So, yeah, I don't think that's something you'll have to worry about here. Also, I just heard thunder outside, so...
Oh, boy! Well, I
Yeah.
mean, yeah. But yeah, no, I just... the fucking spider just numing across the door, and your immediate stamp.
Well, by then I had figured out, okay, if I let this thing just do its own bidding, like, for much longer, it's gonna freak out my friend, so might as well put an end to it here and now.
Well, you didn't
Give it
have
the
time...
boots.
You didn't really think about it, though. It was that fast. You just saw Spider, and you went, shit! And stomp against the door.
Oh my God.
So, yeah, I appreciated that Griffin was willing to protect me from the spiders. Speaking of which, anyway, so this is the second time we are seeing this tactic. You see how I have this spider that is leading us into a trap for the second fucking time? See, the Deep Stalkers, again, showing more intelligence. The spiders, I don't want to give any credit towards... Oh, there's a... Oh! Okay, that's what this is.
Huh.
Well, let's see. Oh. Alistair got grabbed.
Got.
So that's something, by the way, that the ogres can do. They can actually grab you and pound you. You know, that's a sentence.
I was gonna say, phrasing.
Yeah, that was indeed a sentence.
Yeah.
And I'm sorry.
Isn't there enough Shrek fan fiction out there already?
Ah. The stone taketh topsider, as she would welcome her own. He was born to air and sky, but has served the deep roads better than a native son. Many will see another day, because he fought at their side and fell in their stead. We don't know his rights, and I fear the loss of his family blade may cause unrest on whatever journey he faces. But we know him as brother in blood, and extend that which is sacred to us. Willem Trialmont, if the path home is dark, the stone is honored to have you in the foundation. So he went from being the quiet outsider that everyone was kind of like, okay, you're a little weird, to being honored as a brother amongst the dwarves.
That's some. I was gonna say that was some high fucking praise.
It appears we will need to fight the entire fight ourselves.
Yes, Evelyn, that is in fact actually the point.
So I shall.
I like how the screen was shaking even after you paused.
I may as well toss this one over that way as well. Oh! So it looks like the spiders don't like the darkspawn either.
Huh. I mean, yeah, that kind of stands to reason, I suppose. I imagine spiders have probably been around a smidge longer. in this particular area at least, and they don't take kindly to invaders of all kinds.
Especially not Invaders Zim.
Go watch the movie, by the way.
I haven't actually seen it myself.
Hmm.
Something perhaps that we can do while I'm out there.
Oh yeah, it's most assuredly Invader Zim. I will say that.
I actually need to rewatch the series.
Yes, you do. And with any luck, I may have the complete series on DVD by the time you get here.
Okay, so this was an instance of... Did I miss all of them?
Man after my own heart, Larks.
Well, I'm dead.
Also, yes, Jared, that is quintessential Zim, that episode in particular.
What? What? That didn't... Thanks! Game? Why didn't that work?
I mean, BioWare.
As you desire. Lovely.
So, oh, whoops. Oh. Alright, so now we've got a golem and a bunch of ghosts.
Good.
I wonder, actually. Can I not target them? Okay, so virulent walking bomb with ghosts.
Huh.
Okay. Oh! Yeah, no, that didn't work at all.
Huh. I guess it only works on the living?
Well, yeah, as it should. I'm just impressed.
Huh.
Darkspawn, yeah. Golems are tough motherfuckers. What? So, some literal ghosts. Spirit shard. Huh. Literal ghosts and a golem. I don't like open spaces like this. Okay. That seems to be fine.
The rumor come out. Does Evelyn is agoraphobic?
I mean, it would make sense given that she was locked away in that tower nearly her entire life.
I mean...
Okay, so this was that direction. Liliana screams, that dude screams, I scream, spiders scream. You know?
For ice cream?
I wish. Oh, you fuckers want some of this. Well, I'm already in a bad mood, so fuck you.
And so I shall.
Why does a spider have money? Why do two spiders have money?
I mean, Muffet didn't work her ass off for nothing.
How long do you think it's been?
Such a bop.
Lived here? Centuries.
Like, even 4 years later.
Huh. Dude?
There's nothing for you here. It's mine. I've claimed it.
Are you good, my dude?
Who are you? What are you doing down here?
take my claim? You surfaces are all alike. Thieving scoundrels. Well, I found it first.
Bah, he's a bloody scavenger. Good as sodding gone.
Be gone, you! You'll bring the Dark Ones back, you will. They'll crunch your bones.
Word has it you could only survive down here by eating the Darkspawn dead.
But Darkspawn blood is poison. Men have died from drinking it.
It burns when it goes down. It burns! It's my claim, not yours. Crunch your bones!
Oh, thank you for bringing the spiders.
Huh.
Alright.
What do you do here?
Also, I'm pretty sure his neck is broken.
Quite possibly.
At this point in the game, Phoenix, you're not wrong. Well done, Crack Fox.
To the Grey Steeple locked chests. Immediately what, Win? Oh. So, something was going on with this dude other than a broken neck.
Hmm.
Go away. This is mine. Only I gets to plunder its riches.
I just want to talk to you.
No! No talking! You leave my territory!
I'm not here to steal anything. I promise.
Pretty lady. Pretty eyes, pretty hair. Smells like the steam of burning water. Blue as the deepest rock. So, the pretty lady won't take anything from Ruck? You won't take Ruck's shiny worms and pretty rocks?
I just want to talk. I won't take anything.
Oh. Ruck not mind that, maybe.
Ruck, huh? You may remember that we were tasked with finding a certain someone who was lost to the deep roads by the name of Ruck. It appears that we have found him.
Or what's left of him.
Sort of, yeah. Now here comes one of the things about this game that I have a larger criticism of. You can choose to kill this guy. In fact, doing so sports some approval from Ogren, because he's basically like, oh nah, he's already too far gone. But the thing is that BioWare has this tendency across its games, but especially as I've observed in the Dragon Age series, that when someone demonstrates that they may not be in full control of their faculties, that your option is to kill them. That it's better to put them out of their mercy than let them be crazy. You know, you're not wrong, Phoenix. This is mine, speaking like a true neckbeard that just saw a girl for 2 seconds. You're not wrong. You know, I listened to a fucking Fedora earlier criticize Steven Universe, the movie, being like, I mean, well, it is... I'm not doing the right voice. He did, like, one of those intentionally deeply gritty voices, which is another reason why I'm like, you're clearly a Fedora. The person who sounds like they have a perpetual smirk. You know, like the Logician.
Listen.
Am I wrong? Anyway, so... This guy was like... he was wrong, okay? I'm just gonna say that. Okay? He's like, the movie is actually this series in a nutshell, and it's bad because I don't like these things. It had some good points, but I don't like this, and I don't like that, and clearly no one else does because everyone hates this because I do. And I was like, you fucking talking fedora. Anyway. So your name is Ruck.
Ruck, not pretty name. Not pretty like lady. Ruck is small and ugly and twisted.
I have a few questions for you, Ruck.
I will answer your questions, pretty lady. Anything you wish.
Did you find anything unusual at this camp?
Bits of things, but only bits. The crawlers, they took almost everything. They take things of steel and things of paper. They take the shinies and the words.
Paper and words. That sounds like someone was taking notes. Do you think Bronca camped here?
They bring to the great nest, the nest they makes for the eggs. They puts the shinies inside, they do.
Huh. I think I met your mother. Is her name Filda?
No filter, no mother, no warm blanket and stew and pillow and soft words. Ruck doesn't deserve good memories. No.
Your mother misses you. She asked me to find you.
She did not know, not what I did. I was very angry, and then someone was dead, and they wanted to send Ruck to the mines. If I went to the mines, she would know. Everyone would know. So I came here instead. Once you eat, once you takes in the darkness, you not miss the light so much. You know, do you not? Ruck sees. Yes, he sees the darkness inside you.
Your neck is very clearly broken now.
Yeah.
And that's an interesting thing. It does appear that whenever something is tainted by the Darkspawn, it becomes part of that collective hive mind, even on an unconscious level. Grave Wardens are able to kind of keep their minds somewhat separate from it, but that's also why they get dreams, especially with the Archdemon. They get dreams and hear the whispers of the Darkspawn. That's kind of one of the reasons why they are uniquely suited to fighting the Darkspawn. But other people who are blighted and do so in such a way where they are self-contained have the tendency to be able to pick out when other people are tainted as well. So let's see. I am a Grave Warden. It's not the same.
Gray like the stone, guardian against the darkness. Beautiful like waterfalls under the lichen.
How did you survive here?
When the Dark Ones were here, I kept to the shadows. They don't look in the shadows, not if you're quiet. Not if you eat their flesh. Then the Dark Ones think you're one of them. They leave you alone. But now they're gone.
Do you know where the Dark Ones went?
I think they went south, pretty lady. Far, far to the south. That is where the Dark Master calls them with his beautiful voice. So much joy when he awoke.
He's talking about the Archdemon, huh?
After the Dark Master awoke, he called his children and they all went. They wanted to go too and gaze upon his beauty.
Where's the Dark Master now? Do you know?
He stopped calling. I wish I could go see him, but Ruck is a coward.
But there are still giant spiders here, correct?
The crawlers, they used to eat the smallest dark ones. Now the crawlers go hungry.
Huh. When did you arrive here?
Too long ago. I must think. 5 years? 6? Ruck no longer remembers the smells and sights of the city.
That's such a long time. You poor dear.
The pretty lady understands. She knows how Ruck feels, she does.
I need to ask you something else.
I will answer your questions, pretty lady. Anything you wish.
You know, the funniest thing is that you can actually make your warden like the ugliest fucking thing ever, And everyone will be like, "You're so beautiful."
Rock has some things
I mean,
from the camp. Sometimes
it just goes to show how much people consider
Shiny coin,
physical
no.
beauty plot important.
I know, right? Weird. It's almost like they treat beauty as an important trait, especially if you are a female character. I don't think that they remark much on your physical appearance. Maybe the occasional line of you being handsome or something like that. But if you are male warden, you're not likely going to have your appearance remarked upon.
Yeah.
Probably can just get rid of these things. Okay, hold on to those. Dead metal bucket.
You mean win?
Armor of the Divine Will. You know what? I just realized what you said. I was distracted because I was reading something, but dead metal bucket. You know what? No, because she's not metal, but two of those words technically apply to her right now.
I was referring to the bucket on her head.
I know! I said two of them apply to her. She is a dead bucket, that's for sure. Anyway, now that we're done, like, blaspheming.
We're never done.
Compared to Alistair. Armor of the Divine... Okay, so your current armor is better. Okay. So that's fine. You have a lot of shiny rocks to give me, the shiny coins, right? No, I'm just going to take all of yours. Destructionist's belt. Etched silver symbol. Ah, that's good. And that's not bad. But he does collect some things, and he is...
The pretty lady returns. I am so pleased. Rock's been thinking about you.
You know, this uncomfortably verges on nice guy territory.
I mean...
You have to tell your mother you're alive.
No, she cannot. She remembers a boy, a little boy with bright eyes and a hammer, and she cannot see this. Swear, promise, vow you won't tell.
Yes, Griffin is awesome, and he probably will never change.
At least not where it counts.
Would you rather she think you're dead?
Yes. Tell the mother Rock is dead. He's dead, and his bones are rotting in the crawler's webs, and she should never look again.
All right. I'll tell her you died bravely.
Pretty lady is like mother, yes? Too good, too pretty for the darkness. How can Rock serve you with thank yous? Here, take this.
I should go.
Enjoy your tainted mud, you poor sodding duster.
It's not so bad. The dark and the burning keeps Rock warm. Warm like mother's arms.
Get away from me, you sodding freak. Look at him. He's like a pale mudworm. He should have been sent to the mines. Instead, he chose this. I'd put him out of his misery.
Of course you would, but we're not going to do that. Well, this is an awful thing to say. But again, the game actually really pushes you towards killing the guy. You will have teammates, and regardless of the game, you will have teammates encouraging you to kill someone for their own good because they're crazy. Like, that is... This... I hate this. I realize that technically this is a world that doesn't exactly have a rich understanding of psychology, nor the treatment thereof of anything related to psychology. But killing them should not be your choice. And again, this is a consistent fucking thing.
Yeah.
If you have Zevran in your party, you have to kill him. Great. The game locks you into it. Jesus. That's even worse.
I can't say I'm surprised, though.
He's nothing. Don't let him upset you.
Nothing. He's less than nothing. He's a... yeah, you're right. He's not worth it. Let's just go.
Then I have done what you wished. Ruck answered your questions.
Yes, you did fine.
The pretty lady is so nice to Ruck. I will stay here and imagine I smell your hair. Has such a nice memory.
That's not okay.
Huh.
I will stay here and imagine I smell your hair.
Good luck with that, my dude.
Yeah, please do not. Wow, Protag, you work out because your arms. Damn, it would be kind of gender equality if both genders were get flirted at. Both genders that you actually have available to you. I would love to see in a future BioWare game the option to pick a non-binary character association.
We can only hope.
Topsider's pommel. Alright. I swear, Mortivoid. Mortivold. I've never seen the like. This elf fought like a man possessed. His strikes were light and did not echo on the stone like those of our greatest, but the precision was that of a shaper's carving a memory across the darkspawn. Damned if we didn't raise our glasses to him last eve and share stories of honored family. With a topsider! In the lyrium glow, he looked no more out of place than any of us. It makes me think of Cousin Byrne. I wonder how he fares on the surface. I think if he sends another letter, I will read it. Ties of kin should be stronger than where we choose to do business. Voldemort! Yes! Sure. Darkspawn corpse. Money! There are shiny coins over here, Rock. Why didn't you take them?
So I shall.
Well, okay, Evelyn. Why didn't you take them? And so I shall.
Looks like that bone picker is living in Bronca's old camp. Did you see the marks on the floor? There were a lot of people and fires there once. Those must be Bronca's papers he said were taken by the spiders. Nothing that fragile would be left from the tag.
Okay. So we need to go track down the stuff that the crawlers took. Why do they have skeletons?
Because fantasy?
They're spiders! Is this the real life? Is this just
It's
fantasy?
BioWare.
Caught in this bullshit. Ooh, Orton Tig chest. That is something that we need.
If only we had a rogue.
Well, no, it's automatically unlocked. Oh, there's a lot of enemies all around at every corner.
Yeah, I mean, that's the deep roads for you.
Yes, you're not wrong. Oh, it's a golem!
I'm so happy to see you.
I love this cluster of ghosts over here. They're just kind of like hanging out, totally chill while we're fighting over here. They're just like, so, did you hear what Mary said the other day?
See, now I'm wondering what sort of, banters you might experience if you brought your golem down with you.
Oh, there are some interesting comments, to be sure. You. There is actually kind of a plot responsive interaction with Shale.
Huh.
You know what? I'm gonna give you a pass on using Sunder armor on a golem, because they are literally walking armor. So, like, that's fair. Understandable, sir. Stone golem.
Of course.
Has money, because, you know, we all know the great needs for golems to have money.
Must have gotten it from the spiders.
I think there's probably going to be a point, like once I actually finish this whole segment and in between actual episodes, I'm probably going to come back through here with a rogue and pick up all of the various stuff that's in each of these chests. Because I feel like, I mean, it may just be a sake of completion. I know that there's also experience from every time you unlock a chest of some kind. I think that it is actually really worthwhile to go back and unlock all of those chests, even if I don't even take everything out of them.
Yeah. Also, the more I see these monsters fighting amongst themselves and sporting cash and armor, the more I'm wondering what kind of civilization have they formed down here? Because there's clearly some society at work.
Well, there are factions, at least. And we are being led by another spider. That we can't attack. We are being led by the spiders.
I mean, if you don't make the reference, I will.
What?
Why couldn't it be follow the butterflies?
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Harry Potter, follow the spiders?
Oh. You'd think I would remember something like that.
You would think. Good, autosave.
Oh, yes. Always a good sign. Actually, that's probably not going to work too well. Why do you guys focus on the one behind me? Yeah, I agree, a bit more dying, please. Not me, though. Good job, everyone. What the fuck? That is floating blood pool. Oh my god, that was dumb.
Blood floats down here.
I mean...
You know, it being a factor in this world would explain a few things.
Would it not? Fractured stone. By the way, in case you can't guess... Oh, there's a spider queen. Awesome. Anyway, in case you can't guess, the deep roads are a fantastic place to root for deep mushrooms.
I mean, again, it's in the name.
Oh,
Also,
God.
also, thank you, Crack Fox.
Oh, that's right. The motherfucker escapes. Fucking bitch. Yes, it is indeed a fight. Where is she? Is she dead? Did I kill her? It looked like she retreated. Oh yeah, she's dead.
Huh. Well.
I defeated one, says Win.
Of course.
Yeah, you go ahead and take pride of that. Oh, and there's a cocoon.
And so I shall.
Smith's Heart. What is that? Plus 20% fire resistance. Well, see, you don't have anything yet. May as well, I guess. Unzips fedora. What?
You know
what? You're not wrong. I think that a lot of these incel nice guy motherfuckers actually keep their penis in their fedora.
I was gonna say, that is probably the best fucking descriptor of fedora culture that I have ever... Like, bravo! Can we get a round of applause in the chat?
Absolutely great job, Crackfox Jr. You are a godsend. Between your donations and being just a wonderful person, thank you for giving us the Unzips fedora.
The man, the myth, the legend.
But no.
Of course, that's just an assumption on my part. I do apologize.
No. Don't aggro. Don't. Bronco's journal! Win! Out of the way! This looks like someone's journal. The cover is battered and torn, but intact. As you leaf through the desiccated pages, the text catches your eye. You'd think that in a book, the text would be the thing to catch your eye, yes.
I mean, one would hope.
Although, looking at this, that is very clearly just one solid block and not actual individual pages, but that's fine.
Yeah, it's like half of a giant Oreo carved to look like a book.
We found evidence today that the Anvil of the Void was not built in the Ortan Tig. We will go south to the Dead Trenches. The Anvil is somewhere beyond. My soldiers tell me I am mad, that the Dread Trenches are crawling with Darkspawn, that we will surely die before we find the Anvil. If we find it. I leave this here in case they're right. If I die in the trenches, perhaps someone can yet walk past my corpse and retrieve the Anvil. For if it remains lost, so do we all. If I have not returned and Ogren yet lives, tell him... No. What I have to say should be for his ears alone. This is my farewell. Okay, we're just taking the book.
Thinking about
I
me.
guess.
I knew she still cared.
We just love Hammer Space.
Salty. Looks like the Dead Trenches is our next stop then. They say the Darkspawn nest there. Whole herds of them. But if that's where Bronco went, then that's where I'm going.
Bronco was thinking of me. Also, he is already above 50 approval.
Huh.
Kind of shows that people really are just really susceptible to liking you more if you're just nice to them.
Who'd have thunk it?
Well, I mean in the sense of, like... Just, not just being nice, you know?
Right.
But, like, especially in the context of, okay, the fuck are you guys doing? Why are you standing there? Why are you stuck there? Come on. What happened?
They're posing to assert their dominance.
Well, all right.
Alright, well, if you fuckers are gonna do that... Can you cast the spells that I tell you to cast? How the fuck did you shoot me through the wall? You are... That's not how magic works!
It's magic. It works however it wants.
There are rules to it in this game. You think we work well together, Alistair? Well, I hope so. I hope we have uncovered that point by now. Alright, so that is going backwards. Okay. So that's another direction, and that's another direction. What am I doing? Look, I know you have opinions. Oh yeah, I went backwards because we were getting attacked, and my team was like, I'm going to stand here until you engage with the enemy. And I think that is actually the way forward. Okay, so... That's the way forward, so let's not go that way.
I mean...
Because I think there was also another area to be explored. Or was that it? Okay, no, that's just it. Okay, so... Alright, I'm wasting everyone's time, but let's leave the Ortan fucking Tig. And again, I have plans to come back down here eventually anyway, so it's not like this is a one-shot, do it all in one go. Speaking of one-shot, if you find Cello Chiquita's channel and watch what's been going on lately with her, you will actually find a dub of the one-shot game, which I am in. How does one even nice? That is a good question.
That's a $1 million question, isn't it?
But yes, I mean, legitimately, Cello Chiquita, or Cello, has been working on a cinematic dub of the one-shot game. I am a part of that. I play a player/god, because of course I am.
Well, yeah, but who do you play in the dub?
So anyway, there are a lot of really talented voice actors involved in that. It's really, really fucking good. Like, I mean, I'm not going to be tooting my own horn here, especially because I have, like, 2 words that I say in all of the very first episode, and player doesn't talk very much. But a lot of the people that are involved in this project, especially, I think it's Hollyberry VA, who is playing Nico, really, really talented voice actors throughout this entire thing. So, honestly, please check it out. Anyway, so I guess we're on to the dead trenches. Which I believe is going to kick off a really cool little cutscene. Origins is not responding. It's loading. It's trying to load. There it is. Cutscene time. I think. One of the big ones, too. So that's a lot to unpack. The Dead Trenches is pretty much where a lot of the Darkspawn call home, and especially right now, in the midst of a blight, with the Archdemon there to direct them. That is a huge, massive army, and they are all marching their way to the surface.
And how convenient that they didn't notice you.
Yeah, it could be that they didn't notice us. It could be that they did, and they just didn't care. But yes, there's a lot going on there. But yeah, that's our nice in-person look at the Archdemon, which we did also see briefly in that scene right after the joining, where it screamed at us. But yes, this is kind of meant to be something of a turning point in some ways, because if we had any doubts that there was a blight happening, which of course we know there's a blight happening, here is where we see that they're definitely mobilizing. There's definitely an Archdemon, there's definitely an army, and they are definitely making their way to the surface. Alistair, your foot is literally inside the ground. That is amazing. Anyway, I think that is a reasonable enough place to stop for today.
I'd say so.
We have gotten through effectively 3 Taigs, technically. There was the Caridin's Cross, and then there was the Ortan Taig. This is another area of the game, and this is going to be yet another really long fight lots of enemies, fight lots of Darkspawn, fight lots of groups of people, and all of that shit going on. There's a lot that's going to be happening. There is obviously some important stuff that comes up in this game at this point. But even so, yes, this is a very long segment in the game. I think it's still worth it, which is why I would never install something like the Skip the Deep Roads mod or whatever else that is. Same thing with the Skip the Fade. I know that it's long, and especially if you've already done it all before, it can be a lot of back and forth, and that can be irritating for many people. But I really enjoy a lot of what they do with this segment. It's just, it builds on itself really well, and it builds itself to a really fantastic climax that, quite frankly, the whole Deep Roads segment, the Orzammar and Deep Roads segment alone, could have been its own isolated small game in itself. There's a lot to unpack about it, and it's actually really cool and awful and horrifying. There are some things that are coming up that you guys are not prepared for, and I may be hitting that next time I stream this, which I will probably be doing it next week, because I'm still in town next week. But this is also going to be at a bit of a notice. I am going to be going out of town for 3 weeks to go and visit Griffin, as we were talking about earlier.
Yep.
So that means that for most of the month of October, I am not going to be as present. I'm going to see what I can still do to try and make some content available for all of you who are watching afterwards or just watching the channel. And I can still see what I can do to try to stream while I am over there. However, I will not likely be streaming either Dragon Age or Danganronpa, if only because it's really hard to move files like that over. I could move the Dragon Age Origins one over, but that would require a lot of finessing that would be difficult for me to do. And I'm not sure that Griffin's computer could handle that.
I mean, only time will tell.
We'll see. But I'm not going to be doing the Dragon Age Origins, but I will see what I can do to try and stream during that time. This next week, the upcoming, the 5th of October, I should still be here to be streaming. So we might end up tackling a significant portion of the Deep Roads and probably still not finish it next week. But after that, there's going to be probably not nearly as much word for me as there has been. But I am hoping to, and I have mentioned this in a couple of places, especially on the both Patreon Discord as well as the public Discord, that once I am back from this trip, I am actually going to be launching a new channel. I'm actually going to also be making a video to that effect, and you're going to have a full announcement laying out all of the details, but
Yeah.
I think I've talked about this before, but if not. So YouTube has this thing where if you are a gaming channel, they actually do not enter your videos into the algorithm nearly as much as their strictly content creator channels. So if you're a gaming channel and you submit something, it is not likely to actually go out to your subscribers. And really not as likely to show up in search results when people are looking for things like gameplay videos or something. Unless they are specifically looking for a Let's Play, they are not likely to find it in related videos. Which is unfortunate, and it also means that as I am creating original content, they actually think that everything I'm uploading to my channel as a gaming channel is all going to be related to gaming. So if I continue to post things like my original content stuff on my gaming channel, they're not going to be promoting those things to anyone else except those who are being directly alerted to those things. So I am launching a new channel, and you guys will hear the name of it once I'm actually back. That's going to be a month from now. Roundabouts anyway.
Yeah.
But it's going to be the new home of things like the Ballad of Lorelei, the Symbolism and Lore series. I have a planned retrospective series that I am going to be also posting alongside that. It's also going to have things like song covers or anything that is basically not gaming. Which also means that the videos on my channel that are presently non-gaming, outside of some really old things that it's not worth it to try and move over, but a lot of those things are actually going to be moved to the new channel, which means that I have actually currently taken them down. Sorry, but they will be eventually re-released on that channel. I'm going to be uploading them weekly because I'm trying to give myself a little bit more time to get together a big project that I am actually really excited to eventually announce officially. But there is something that I've been working on behind the scenes. I was hoping to launch the new channel with it ready, but it is taking me quite a bit of time to actually put that together. And I want to make sure that I do it right. I don't want to rush things. I don't want to put out something that is half-assed or anything like that, because this is something that's also important to me. And I want to make sure that my heart is in all of it, that I put forward my best work, and as I involve other people, that they have plenty of time as well to work on things. But it is going to be fairly massive, and I'm looking forward to being able to actually officially announce that as well. So, the new channel is going to be where I'm going to be posting all of that stuff, moving it all over there, and anything related to that is going to be going on the channel, that new channel as well. But the gaming stuff will still be happening on this one. All of the Let's Plays and stuff like that, and I will still be streaming here and posting that. And if I do just individual Let's Play videos, they will also be going over here. And if I do, say, for example, resume the streaming highlight stuff, that's also probably going to be over here, if it's going to be related to gaming. So there's a lot of stuff that is coming up, and I'm really excited for. But for now, next week I will be resuming Dragon Age and probably trying to get us to a reasonable enough cutoff point for that. And obviously I will be resuming that once I am actually back home, presuming that I am not dead by the time I make it back home. I might decide to take that weekend to continue recovering because I do not travel well. It takes me like 2 weeks to recover, which is why I'm out there for 3 weeks, so that we can at least try and get 1 week of having some fun together.
Oh, yeah.
So, I have spent a lot of time talking about plans for the future. Obviously, not a lot of this has been dedicated to the gameplay, and for those of you who are watching afterwards, I'm so sorry that you have to put up with this announcement. There will be an official one on the channel at some point, but in the meantime, thank you everyone who came out to watch today. Thank you to everyone who is watching this after the fact and, watching it on the channel as it goes up. Anyone who has to catch up with it later. I really appreciate you guys, watching my channel, keeping things going. I know I've said it a million times, but it's the main reason why I have kept up with this for all of this time, where even if I had periods where I burned out and where I was not updating as much as I was, that it's the reason why I returned to it even after all this time. So, thank you guys, and thank you, Griffin, for joining me.
Always a pleasure.
And, well, I look forward to seeing you guys all next week. Hope
Take
to
care,
see you.
everyone.
Hope to see you then. You're not allowed to talk! Not anymore! Anyway, bye!
Bye.